I'm going to change this one over. Okay, to get this door handle off, and what you want to do is you want to get the edge of the cloth sliding in between. Now I've already gotten it loose for video purposes. And what you want to do, you need to get the cloth to slide in between this here and the door handle, and that will, this here is facing that way. So this clip here sits on there like that, and then this will go over top of it, so it's basically between the two. So you want to get your cloth to slide in between here and there, and then the cloth will grab onto that clip, and then I'll pull it around. Okay, so the next part, we need to get this surrounding here off. So there's a screw there. Okay, so I'll just put that screw over here. So this side's forward now. Okay. Well, there's another difference between vans. My 92 van, this would slide towards the front of the van to unclip it. This one slides backwards. So if you're struggling with going forwards on it, try the opposite way. I don't know why Toyota made these Previas so unique between two different vans. Like you have a 92 van, you have a 93 van, there'll be little differences like that. Anyway, so once you got that off, then we need to move these clips down here. Okay, so now these clips here, you got this one here, that's easy enough. These ones here I put in, I twist them in and I twist them out. A lot of people just push them in by finger and it threads the plastic on that screw. So next time, like me right now wanting to get that out, that screw's not coming out because somebody's just pressed it in and it's messed up all the threads on that plastic screw. I might have to drill that out, I'll find out. But anyway, the bottom one, see that in there? Yep, that just pushes in. You just push that center part in and that's ready to come out. And there she goes. I'll just see how I can go about getting this one here out. I just got that one out just by putting a hammer behind it and pulling it. It came out pretty easy. Okay, with the door card, all you want to do is, because it clips over the top, you just want to unclip the top there. And now the trim will come off. Just pull it all off like that. Too easy. Now we can get to where this handle is. Okay, so next part is you need to undo the screw there, or the screwing bolt, basically. Bolt there and a bolt in there. Alright, once you got those three out, then just pull this arm here down. Yeah, that's your locking arm. Pull that down so you can unclip it from here. I'll just get a bit of light on it. Okay. So undo that clip there, pull that out. And you just got to get on that right angle to take this out. And once you get to here, we've got to get this off. I can't do it with one hand. So get yourself a screwdriver. If you can't pull it out by hand, just get yourself a screwdriver like I just did. Put that in there and just push this connection here out. And now we're here, and you can see in there it's just about to slip out anyway. Maybe I can wiggle it out. There you go, and that's the old one out. So same idea of putting the other one back in. First feed it onto there and clip it into there, and we'll put it back together. It's been a while since I've done the back door, so you just need to pull this clip here out, and that will allow you to bring this cable here all the way out. So now I've got plenty to play with. That comes right out. I'll get this handle on. Okay, so this part here that's in position, that's going to slide in, going to push that around, and this bar here for the lock just sticks in there, and we'll just get that in. Again, I'm going to need 2 hands for this. I'm sorry about that. Just I need to put the phone down again. So, handles now slid in. This bar comes down here for the lock. Push that back in. Swing that around. Put that in. Hook it up. So we don't want the door to be locked on us. Slide this back on. Tighten all these connections up. And we'll give the door a test run. Okay, now that's all in and working. This is a 95 door on a 90 model van though. That's working there. I have a different problem. This hinge at the back here is not allowing the door to close all the way. So I need to investigate that and find out why. So the rest of this clip, I'll just keep going with it. But the rest of this clip will be finding out what my problem here is and getting this door to shut correctly. But the door handle part is fixed. That's done and dusted. I'm still working on that sliding door over there. But I found that with this fully adjusted, and I'll show you the mechanism on the outside because this is exactly what's in the door. This adjuster here is, with that door over there, it's fully adjusted and it's still on the outside handle. When you pull it, there's just not enough pull on this cable here to unlock the van properly. It'll unlock a little bit and then it feels like the latches not letting go properly and you can't open that sliding door properly. And it's just because this cable is it's stretched that much now that even with it being fully adjusted, it's not enough adjustment. So using a part from a well, I say push bike, but a bicycle. This is a spacer to one of the brake pads. I've just shaved it down and cut it there, so what I can do is bring this over, slide this on, and then I'm going to squeeze that because it's just not quite right yet to go in there. But then that's going to give me more cable to adjust. Like I'll be able to adjust this better and have that sliding door open and close properly. So that's how this functions. I might as well go over the whole thing with you quickly. So that's obviously just simple lock and unlock. So when you're locking and unlocking on the other side, that's what it's going to. It's going to the actuator. That's just child-proof lock. So that one there goes to the door when you open the door. Obviously that's the other door, and the other cable here goes to the latch at the back. Unfortunately, not adjustable here either. Would have been nice if there was some sort of a setup on this part here where you could have undone a bolt and adjusted it here to get more life out of that cable, but there isn't. You adjust this as far as you can, and then that's as far as it goes. And this is pretty much at its point as well. There's probably about 3mm adjustment in that before that's it. You're not going to get much more out of this one anyway. So I'll go and put this on and show you that working. Okay, see, I've got that squeezed on, and also part of the reason why I picked it from the bike is because you can see in there, see how it's kind of like curves in, so it sits into that ball nicely, and it's going to give me about another 4mm adjustment there that I can use. So I'll put that in now and show you that. Okay, well that's worked out perfectly. I only have a slight adjustment left though, so even with that spacer I'm still nearly at full adjustment, but that's going to give me probably 5 years or so before I need to worry about that again. I'll just show you. See, there's the spacer there that in there that I've added, and that's at a nice tension now. That's nice and tight there, and the door opens and closes beautifully now. Before, what was happening was obviously just changed the sliding door, so it didn't belong to this van. Before, when I was doing this, I get to about here and then I'd be like, crap, I can't open up the sliding door because that cable's not pulling enough. But now, sweet as. And the alignment of the door here is just a little bit further in than what I'd like, but I don't know more adjustment I can do. So this here, you can actually see the line there the cleaner line on the outside of that. It's moved over probably about, what was that be, about 2 mil. I undid the bolts here and adjusted that. And obviously this latch here is not adjustable. But she sits in nice everywhere else. It's just that little bit out there, but no big drama. She closes properly. You can feel it. It's not so visible when you're just glancing at it, but you can feel it. So I'll just have to live with that. It's not causing any drama, so that's fine. So I'll continue with working on this door. What comes next after this, and I finish with that pay it forward van, is I'm changing those doors to electric windows doors. Before I get to that next stage, I'm not done yet. I'm going to change this connection over, because obviously that's broken. Like, it's still functional, but it's broken. And since I have a good one off my other sliding door, I'm going to swap that over. So we need to remove this connection first. I should be able to, press at the bottom there. Once you get this connection out, there's a rod inside it that keeps it firm in there. Now, what I need to do is remove this here and pull that through. And the new one, as you can see, it's got a rod inside it to help guide that connection. Feed that back through up. You can see that there. I'll just plug that in quickly, and that's that. Go in, you can't go the wrong way, so you can only go the one way. I'm not going to put it in overly tight to start off with, just tight enough that it can move, but you'll see why in a second. I'll just get that other one at the bottom there. Okay, so that's movable, and the reason being is because I want to make sure that when I close this, it goes into alignment there. So now that's lined up. I don't know if you can see that properly there. The sun's blaring on me, so it's a bit hard to tell. But now that's lined up there, I've locked myself out. Now I can tighten that up. You can see there, that's not where it used to line up with the old one. But that's beautiful there now. Excellent. Yeah, beautiful. So that's all working happy there now. That door handle opens really easy now. I know at the beginning of the video I got a bit anxious. I started this clip at the end of the day. I'm in the middle of the afternoon today. I kind of just ripped all this because I was anxious to get in there and get it done. But don't do that. This part here, there's only 2 screws to undo to remove this, and you can save yourself having to rip that plastic apart. Alright, so before I go putting this door the rest of the way back together, I've got all this back in place now. I'm not going to worry about covering that little bit of a hole there up. Like, the whole thing could do with replacement, but it's no big deal. I just wanted to show you, if you were doing a door handle and you wanted to keep the original key to the van in there, you need to change it out from here. So you need to pull the retainer pin out. I've already pulled this apart to make it easier and a bit quicker for video purposes. You pull that retainer pin out, pull this barrel here out, and this one I need a little bit of encouragement, so I just use a flat end screwdriver just to get in there and give it a bit of a push along to move it up. It just slides at the back. And I will keep this. I have the keys to both vans, so everyday driver van, I never use the lock on that door anyway, so it's neither here or there for me. That part functions because all my actuators work and everything. And that brings me to the next step. I need to check that, so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to connect the battery up on this van, and I'm going to flick the central locking over to make sure that this door locks and unlocks by the actuator, because if it doesn't, then I'll be fixing that next. Well, it looks like I can't check the central locking because the central locking box underneath the dash is not there. Having the van in the backyard, I never had to use it, so I've only just discovered that. However, I do have 2 boxes laying around somewhere. I just need to track them down, and I can put one on this. So I'll get the door card on now, and we'll finish this door up. So all of these guys here broke on the old one. The same thing happened to every single one of them. The heads came off, so then just pulled out the door. So luckily enough for me, I got a whole bunch of parts from a Tarago, plus I got a parts Tarago. So finding these was not a problem for me, but you might have to search. I can't remember what they're called, but search them up on eBay or wherever you prefer to shop online. Putting this door trim on, I found it easier to shut the door, sit in the van, shut the door. So I put it all back in. I found it easier to work the bottom row in first, then the second row, because you can look in from the top and then just clip over the top part there, sit it in when you're done. This particular clip here, I showed you pushing it in to release, and when you're installing it, this pin gets pulled out the other way. And I'll just push that there flat like that, and that's job done. And like I showed you before, push that pin the rest of the way in to remove that clip. Much better clip than this guy here. And we'll get this handle on. So you got the retainer clip in like that. You got the plastic O-ring there, and just push this on. O-ring's got to line up there. There we go. It's not coming off. Good. Okay. And we get this guy on as well now. Well, that's that sliding door done. Everything's all finished and back together. I just put a screw in here for good measure because it wasn't quite sitting flush. And happy days. So still got that trim there to change over, and a few other things to do. I need to take the captain seats out of the second row of that one, doors and other things. The central locking I'm going to have to look at another day. I'll get the box in later, check all the doors, and if I have to pull the trim apart again to fix it, then so be it. The main point right now is just to get this van complete, because I plan on doing a charity run with it in the next year or two. So this van needs to be a complete van, fix it all up, and that van there needs to go as soon as possible. So there's going to be a couple of clips in between times because I'm still working on that pay it forward van as well. So there's a lot happening at the moment. So next time guys, cheers.